Good morning, everyone. This is David Blair, the Crosshairs trader. Let's get right to the charts. This morning, let's start with our futures charts. Futures this morning are surging again. Market likes earnings that it heard last night from Intel, and of course, we've been talking about the railroads. CSX reported a good earnings, at least as interpreted by the market thus far. So we've got some major players that have reported earnings, and the market continues to rise. Let's take a look again at what's going on. We had a spring rally that started back in March, took us up to the highs in April. Actually started back in late February, up into April. So about 2.5 months we had a nice rally up to a high, and now it looks like we're doing the same thing now. We're a month and a half into this rally, so if we project another month and a half or so, we're looking at a year-end rally to take us up to the highs on the S&P futures, or even higher, depending upon what the market wants to do. Then we look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ still got some areas that we're watching. Let's color these red. I can get it to work. Here we go. There we go. All right. Still got some areas to work with, but you know what? This market just continues to do what it wants to do. Remember, areas of resistance and support are made to eventually be broken. They can either be reversal areas or simply pause areas or nothing areas. We're just going to bust right through. Depends on what the market wants to do with it. So right now with the NASDAQ on the weekly chart, looks like we're going to try to bust through the highs of the year. If we look back at our daily chart, we can see that here. Here's our highs of the year again back in April after that nice rise, and that's what's going on now. We had a little bit of consolidation, pulled back some, and then started higher. And again, this could be an area that is broken today, and then we'll watch for it to stabilize in here, stay above this area, and continue to rise. Again, let's look back at a few trades that we need to consider while this market rises. As I mentioned, CSX reported yesterday after the close. It's one we've been watching. I'm not going to beat it to death, but look at any of the railroads. CSX had broken out. Looks like it's probably going to rise even higher today. So CSX is rising, breaking out after earnings. NSC has been in an area of consolidation. It will most likely rise and break out of this area if the market continues to like the rails. And remember, NSC and these others do not have earnings for a couple of weeks now. So we could trade these, possibly have a trade up in the earnings on the rail stocks. KSU, same thing there, breaking out possibly to this morning. And Union Pacific has already broken out and has been taken off after breaking out here. So maybe these other rail stocks are going to do the same thing that UNP has already done, and that's break out and take off. Of course, UNP will most likely continue to go up too. Their earnings are, I think, on the 21st of October. All right, a few new ones. Let's take a look at a few new ones. DBA. This is your ag ETF. Let's look at the weekly. You can see that DBA has been in a channel for a couple of years. Okay, tight channel, bottoms and tops. and now it looks like it's trying to break out of this upper channel and do so forcefully. And also, if you look back, this ETF hasn't been around that long, but it also had this same channel back in '08 before it took off in October. It took off. Well, now it's in this channel and it's breaking out in October. Wonder if it's going to do this same thing again. One to watch for me. I would buy options way out in time, such as into 2011, and let this one run if it is so going to do that. And we do have a crosshair on our daily chart, breaking out after a nice pullback to a major moving average that we watch, and then up she goes. So great crosshair there. Of course, we're going to keep in mind that the market can do what it wants to do. It could reverse, so we've got to stop in place. FMX. This one's a little bit different. FMX is a foreign company, Mexico. So let's do an analysis here. We've got some support here on the weekly chart. This is FMX, by the way. It's broken out of some support area or resistance area and has created support right here. You could see that. And then when we look at the daily chart, let's take a look at what has happened on the daily chart. We've had a nice consolidation. And then my proprietary software has given us a crosshair up two in the last few days, but the one didn't break out. This one did. And now FMX is poised to go as high as she wants, if that's what it wants to do. The only thing about FMX, foreign company, you need to check when their earnings are and get a good read on that. It's not just going to pop up somewhere. You most likely have to go to their website or do some research to find out when their earnings are. One quarter it's been the 1st of October, another it's been the 3rd week, and then another at the end. So you just need to watch, earnings and be aware of when earnings are. But that one looks good from a chart perspective. Those two have fired crosshairs, but then there's a couple that have not yet that I want you to watch and pay attention to. ALTR, ALTR Corporation. Take a look. Breaking out on the weekly after a crosshair back in July. Crosshair on the weekly chart can last weeks to months. So we've got a crosshair on the weekly chart. It's above what was resistance and now is support. Now look at the daily. This is what I like to see when stocks start to trend. They start setting up a pattern. We've had pullbacks, up, pullback, up. Now let's see if it can hold above this support area. It looks like it's wanting to right here with our intermediate moving average that we crosshairs traders watch. But look at ALTR. Keep your eye on it. See if it can continue in this area, break out again, and continue this pattern that it may be wanting to form. A nice trending pattern. Again, keep in mind when earnings will be. Disney, last one. Take a look at Disney. Disney's done nothing but go sideways for quite some time. Actually been building a nice little area of consolidation right above a support area, which I'm going to show you. You can see that it's got some price support right in here. There was a crosshair at the beginning of the year, took us up to here. But take a look right here at some resistance that goes back to April and October of '08. If we can break through that area, this is what I'm seeing. If we can break through this area, and it's not but a few cents above where we are now. Look back at the daily. You can see the same area in here. If we could break out of this area, break this pattern of coming back, and now we've got higher lows, break out of this area here, we could have a nice move up to that resistance. So DIS, Disney, is one we're watching too. Folks, I just have a few ideas once in a while as Crosshairs traders go through numerous stocks. We've got many that are setting up. We're always looking at downside trades too in case the market rolls over. Would love to have you become a Crosshairs trader. I get inquiries almost every day. Do not mind. Please email me, david@crosshairstrader.com, and I would love to let you know what we've got going on over here. It's just simple analysis. We just stay focused, patient, and disciplined, and wait on very high probability trades. We're not day traders. We're long-term trend swing traders. Take whatever the market is willing to give us, either in multiple day or multiple week trades. So that's our style. We trade options, trade stock if you like, whatever the case may be. But again, we look for high probability trades using the Crosshairs indicator along with several other factors and make very wise, smart decisions based on patience, focus, and discipline. And that's what it's all about. That's what will make you money in the stock market, not an indicator. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, both in and outside the charts.